Okay, so you want to sell your home and buy your next home. Let me share with you, you are in for a lot of work. It's gonna feel like a part-time job for about 30 or 45 days while you're in contract. So typically, before making an offer on the next home, you probably wanna have your current home under contract, meaning you have a buyer for the sale of your home. That means that the seller of the home that you're wanting to buy will feel a lot more confident knowing that you've already got somebody lined up, ready to go. So you want to allow yourself a little extra cushion time in there, so that way you're not forced into finding a home that very next weekend after you go into contract to sell your home, right? So you don't want to be pushed into a home that you don't fall in love with. So maybe allow an extra 60, 75 days from the time you go into contract to the time that you're closing on the sale. So now you've got your home in contract. You go find your next home, you write an offer. Your realtor will make sure that it's contingent upon the sale of this home. And it's really important to protect you, because if that buyer's financing on the sale of your home falls through, you're off the hook from performing on buying this home. It would be a terrible situation for you. Nobody wants that, right? You'll have money into an inspection and an appraisal, and the kids have already chosen their bedrooms, and the paint color's probably already selected at the Home Depot. So we want to make sure that that doesn't happen. However, you'll go into contract now with the contingency on the sale of this home. It's going to be very important to communicate very well with your team. It's going to be very important to select a buyer who has really strong financing in place. So if they're going with bestinterestrateinttheworld.com, and they're working with a call center out of some other state, you might want to ask them to get approved with somebody local or somebody that your realtor trusts. There's too much that can go wrong, and there's too much that can happen, which could create a domino effect. Think about it this way. If the financing for them doesn't go through, which means your financing may not go through for your purchase if it's contingent on this sale of the home, which it usually is. You need the down payment monies from the sale of this home, and most people can't get qualified with 2 housing payments, right? So you need this one to go away, which means you have to sell it. Well, what if the sellers of the home you're buying are buying their next home? So it can create a whole lot of angst. So we got to lay a really solid foundation from the beginning. And I'm telling you, your head's going to feel like it's spinning a little bit. And that's okay, that's normal, because you're working with 2 title companies, you're working with 2 different lenders, you're working with multiple realtors, you're doing your home inspections and appraisal on the home that you're purchasing, and that's happening on the home that you're living in and selling. You've got appraisers and inspectors and all sorts of people walking through your home. So it can be very stressful, it can be very tense. Communicate with your team and make sure you line yourself with people who really get how stressful and crazy that whole process is, because if you are working with somebody that doesn't get it and doesn't know all of those moving parts, you might be setting yourself up for failure. So work with a trusted local team.